Hey, good morning. Rob here from Southwest Florida Television. We're out on the beach with Barb Grove. She's a volunteer here at Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park, and over the past month I've been picking up some shells on the beach, and she's going to tell me what all these things are. So let's get at it. Hey, good morning, Barb.
Good morning. Welcome to the beach.
Hey, thank you. So as you can see, I dumped all my shells out there that I've been picking up over the past month. Where do you want to start?
Well, how about we start with the biggest one?
Okay. That's got a hole in it for the tree.
This is a cockleshell, and it has a hole in it probably because some animal came along and dug a hole. First of all, they drill, and then they excrete an acid, and the acid finishes it off. Then they have their supper.
Let's see the back side of that, the underside. Oh yeah. And that's called a cockleshell.
Cockleshell.
And those are common here on the beach?
Yes, they are. These are also very common. This is a Florida fighting conch.
Oh yeah.
And these are if you see them on the beach, you want to throw them back in if they're alive. So check it out, especially if they're really bright colored like this. Then make sure you check it out to make sure they're not alive, because it's illegal in Florida.
Let's see,
take live animals.
Absolutely. That's not only shells. I mean, that's sand dollars and sea stars.
Absolutely.
Let's see the back of those before you put them down. And the points on them on the top. Yeah. Florida fighting conch.
Now you know this one is dead because it has barnacles on it.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Now this one you might want to check. They're very aggressive, and so if you hold them, they'll come out.
Right.
And they will challenge you, and that's why they're called Florida fighting conchs.
They'll challenge you?
Yes, they will challenge you. Don't put them in your pocket if they're alive, because they'll sting you too.
Oh, really? They sting?
Oh, they are aggressive.
Wow,
they are.
I didn't know that.
But beautiful.
I've seen a lot of live ones, and I do put them back.
And this is a real treasure, and this is a lightning whelk. It's a whelk. And I have some baby ones here, and then they grow up to be giants. They do, given the right environment and lots of luck.
A lightning whelk.
A lightning whelk, and it's a beautiful little shell, and the one you have here is perfect.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely perfect.
Let's see the one you have. Let's see your lightning whelks.
Okay.
Let's see.
Here's my lightning whelk.
That's a little bit bigger. That's a little bit bigger than mine.
And I would guess that it will take about 25 to 28 years in the best of conditions for it to reach this size.
Wow.
And then another interesting thing about the lightning whelk, it has what's called an operculum. That's a trap door. So that it goes out and it goes hunting and fishing and eating and gets scared and races back in the shell and closes the door.
And that's called an operculum?
An operculum or trap door.
Are they attached to the shell,
or
can they come out completely? Are they attached?
They can come out completely. This one is completely out, and you find this on the beach, and it's an operculum.
Now, is that part of the shell, the operculum, or part of
the body of the animal?
Part of the animal.
So
that's
if the
what I thought.
animal's no longer living, then it would disintegrate, and leaving behind the operculum.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Those
the
are
operculum, is that the trap door you
they're
mean?
huge.
Is that the door that fits over?
What's that thing there? That looks like a snake.
This is an egg case from a lightning whelk.
Oh, wow.
And you find this on many of the beaches. And I took this home, and I dried it out, and then I shook it, and all the tiny little lightning whelks came out.
What, do you have any of those?
I do have some, but they're so tiny, I don't know if you'll see them.
Where are they at? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Those are baby lightning whelks.
And they're perfectly shaped, perfectly colored.
That is amazing.
It is amazing.
Those little things turn into, how big was that one you had?
Oh, I'll
that
show
big
you
one?
again how big it is.
Those little things that Barb just had in her hand. 25 years later, that's how big they get.
Turn into a lightning whelk with a lot of luck, a lot of good environment.
That is incredible.
It is, you know, nature is incredible. If we take a few minutes and walk the beach and learn a little bit, there's so much to learn, and it's all wow. All of
Yeah,
it's
isn't that the
wow.
truth?
Unbelievable.
Every day I come out here, it's something different.
It's a miracle.
Well, we're
really.
looking at your collection. Is there something else? I saw that piece of magnesium this morning. That
Manganese.
Was manganese.
This is manganese, and actually this is from northern Minnesota. And if you look closely, you can see the shell imprint in there. In fact, many shell imprint. And these
Wow.
are ocean shells. So it's been a long time since there was an ocean in northern Minnesota. So this is probably a couple million years old.
That is amazing.
It is amazing.
Did you find that, or did you buy it? Or?
A friend of mine owned the mine, and when he saw it, he knew what I thought about seashells and thought I would be interested in this, and of course
Well, that's
I
a
was.
very interesting specimen.
I've
And
got a couple other, I don't know what this one is. This is a fossil from Florida.
Oh, wow.
And when it was alive, it had to be so beautiful, but it's now extinct. So you can no longer find a live one anywhere.
That is
And this
beautiful.
one washed up on the beach here at Wiggins, and
You found that here at
I
Wiggins?
found it here at Wiggins. I did.
Wow.
Now here's another fossil. This is another Florida fossil, but this is not extinct. This is a crown conch.
Oh, wow. Those are beautiful.
They are beautiful, and you'll see those on this beach. Usually they're a little smaller than this, but this is a nice example.
A crown conch.
Crown conch.
Wow.
Now let's see what else.
Yeah, let's
you
see what
have.
else we got in my pile here.
Here's an oyster.
An oyster. Those are very common.
They're very common. They're all different colors. They're all different shapes. And one way you can tell it's an oyster, it'll always have this dark spot on it, and that's where it's connected,
Ah.
where the parts of the
Yeah,
oyster are
I've seen pink ones and blue ones.
Exactly.
Wow.
They're really lovely, and this is an interesting one. It really looks like a foot.
It does.
And speaking of feet, here's
Ah.
a kitten's paw.
Oh.
And so many times the shells are named after how they look. And this happens to be a kitten's paw, which you see a lot of here on the beach. And I'll show you another one that is named after how it looks. And that's the turkey wing.
Oh, a turkey
Now,
wing.
does that look like a turkey
It
wing?
sure does.
So-
Absolutely. I know why they call it a turkey wing now. What does that look like on the other side? Has it got any colors to it? Or?
This one has a yellow on the inside. It has a nice band around it. It's not too worn away. It's really a nice specimen.
Let's see the other side again. Those are all over the beach here.
They are all over the beach.
And that's the turkey wing, for obvious reasons.
Absolutely.
Very neat.
And now I'm going to show you a couple examples of your scallop. These are scallops, and these are scallops, and they come in every color imaginable. I have some of the colored ones here on my table, and you can see the variety
Oh, wow.
of colors that they come in. But you can usually tell a scallop, different ones have different sizes of them, but they have these little wings that come out.
Gotcha.
And you can see that, and that helps you identify.
Oh, right next to it you have some sand dollars I see here.
Well, I do, and this is the one you usually see, and it has 5 holes in it, and if you break it open, they come out 5 little, they call them doves.
Oh,
And they're
right.
little, they look like little doves. And I didn't bring this one, I didn't know what it was until a few days ago when I researched it. And I encourage everyone to research the shells because you learn so much more. This is a pancake sand dollar.
sand dollar.
And I found that on this beach, and I don't think I've ever seen another one.
So those aren't very common.
No.
Wow.
And the interesting thing is if you come here enough, you will see things you've never seen before because they wash up from all over the world.
Right.
You know, they get on these streams
Oh.
and they just curl around the world. So
Wow.
you might find something from Africa or something from South America.
So what was this, what's this shell right here?
Oh, that's an olive.
An olive.
That's an olive. And I'll show you another one that has it. This one,
This one's missing its end here.
and that's how the other animals get to the animal inside.
Oh,
See, a lot of these shells, they eat each other. They're kind of cannibalistic.
really?
And so an example of that, this is a moon shell, and this can be the culprit. It very easily could be the culprit that would...
The shell on the left would eat the shell on the right.
Correct.
On the camera,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
It's called a moon shell or a shark eyes. And if it has blue like this one does around the eye, it's called Paul Newman's eyes.
Paul Newman's. Let me get a close up of that.
Do they come out of their shell when they attack the other shell?
Wow.
Yes, they do.
Moon shell. Okay.
And they drill. They have a drill, and they'll
Wow.
drill down halfway, and then they excrete a acid, and then the acid gets down the rest of the way, and then they're able to eat the animal. So many of the shells that you find on the beach have a hole in them, and that's why. Is
Wow.
that they've been
Are they attached to this shell when they come out, or are they not attached?
Yeah, it stays attached to this shell when they
so
when they
they
come
only
out.
come out just a part way because they're attached.
And let's see, if we're talking about, no, I'm not going to find it right now.
Oh, what's that big shell right there? The big flat one that you just...
This
we
one?
see those all over the beach here.
This is a pen.
Pen?
There's another one that named after kind of what it does and what it looks like is a pen, a sea pen. And this one is unusual because usually we find only part of it.
Right.
We don't find the whole thing.
Yeah, we see a lot of those.
They're kind of hinged and they open up, don't they?
A pen.
Actually, they don't have to open up so much because the water comes into here and is expelled out here. And then they take kind of microscopic animals that run through in the water. And they take out what they want and then get rid of the others. So they attach themselves and just wait for the breezes to come through.
It's interesting.
Oh, this is what I was looking for.
What's that?
We were looking at,
Oh.
when you would look at this, you might think that had been washed away, old
Right.
and washed up to, not so.
Really?
This has been killed and eaten by sponges.
Wow.
And sponges are animals.
Really?
Like, for example, this is a red-bearded sponge. And some days you come to the beach and the beach just has all kinds of sponges, different kinds of sponges on them.
And when they're moist, they're a lot redder than that.
Oh, when they're alive, they're very red. When you
Yep.
see them on the beach, they're usually quite red. But this one I took home and dried out. Now, if it was alive, and this is phenomenal, if this was alive and you put it in a blender and turned it on high for a couple minutes and then you stopped it, it can reconstitute its structure.
Wow.
And this is something people and researchers are really looking into, and perhaps someday we'll be able to, the humans will be able to use that.
Yeah, right.
What nature already has taken care
Wow.
A sponge ate that shell? Is that
of. A
right?
sponge ate the shell.
Oh, I'd be
Wow.
darned. Not the animal in the shell, but the shell
No, the
itself.
animal. No. The animal inside the shell.
Oh,
But they drill down and.
that's how they got it. They
Yeah,
drilled
that's how they got to the
Lord.
animal.
a sponge drilling a shell.
So, what? See these, right? What is that? Okay.
This is a cone. This is called an alphabet cone. And you're fortunate to find one on the beach. You
Really?
don't see too many of them, but they're an interesting.
Let's have another look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the alphabet on there?
No. I have to look
Says-
really hard. I
Says
did, yeah.
hello.
Ah, an alphabet cone. I just found that this morning.
Oh, good.
What's that little guy right there?
Oh, this is a little auger.
An auger. Where is it?
A little auger.
See if you can just put that in your palm so we can kind of see the shape of it.
Yeah.
An auger. It's like a little screw.
Well, and doesn't an
That's why
auger,
they call
if
it
you-
auger,
if that
yeah.
word, doesn't that describe?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
An auger shell.
Yep.
Now that one, you don't know what that was. there.
Not yet.
And we're going to have to find out what that was.
Okay, we will.
What else do we got? I saw the
Oh,
turkey wings.
You got, and I just think this is interesting.
Isn't it? That's why I saved it.
It almost looks like a huge belt buckle or something
Yep.
because it's heavy and it's metal and you can see the rust in it. So it's an encrusted something.
Yep. Must
And
have
it's
been-
encrusted, and you just wonder, it had to be something very, very old and interesting.
But when you look really close, you can see all the little shells on
All
it.
the different kinds of shells that have attached themselves. And usually they'll attach themselves so that they don't float away when the water comes through. And the water can,
Wow.
they can use the water as it goes past them and take out the food,
Right.
the food out of the water. That's why the health of the ocean is so important, because that provides the food and is an important part of the food chain. And so we have to care about it. Like I heard one oceanographer say that this is not a land nation or world. This is an ocean world, because there's more ocean than land.
You're right.
And we need to take care of it just like we need to take care of our land.
Barb, I was
environment.
wondering, when this animal comes out through this trap door, are they attached to the shell, or they come
They're
out?
attached to the animal.
The animal attached to the shell.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they never get loose to the shell, because they come out and attack other shells, do
Yes.
they?
And then they go back in.
But the trap door, is that part of the flesh, or is it just open up and
It's like attached at the end of the animal.
so it's attached
part
to
of
the
the
animal too?
Yep, the trap door is part of the animal.
I'll be darned.
Well, you've got quite a collection here.
Yeah.
I think we can probably finish up.
Yeah, I
well,
think
there's,
we covered
there's
pretty-
two things here.
Oh, okay.
This is a
That's not a whelk, the lightning
fig.
whelk?
No, it's not a whelk. It's a fig, and you can tell it's very light. If you compare the weight of
What's it called again?
a fig,
A fig.
yeah,
Wow.
a fig.
I just thought it was a whelk that faded.
Well, and if some of them that are shaped like that are also called whelks, but they are apple whelks,
Gotcha.
which is different than a lot of the other whelks.
So, yeah, let's compare that to a regular whelk. Do we have one right close by? Just to see the difference?
I don't.
I never...
I don't have, well, do I?
Here's one down here. It's not as big, but
Now that's a lightning whelk.
the lightning whelk. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what this big one
that
is.
big one is.
Is
So are they all in the same family?
they are exactly the same.
Wow.
As they get older, they lose some of that beautiful coloring.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was that other one you had? You said you had one
I
more there.
did. I just to
what
show
is
you
that?
that. This is coral.
Okay.
And coral is an animal. This is the shell of the coral. And you can see all the beautiful little designs in there. This is a finger coral.
Finger coral.
Yeah. And you'll see sometimes a lot of coral comes up. And I particularly like coral, and when I see them and people give them to me, I really, really appreciate
Well, consider that yours.
the beauty. No, this is yours.
No,
I've got more
no.
than enough of the finger
Okay.
coral.
Well, that was great. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with me.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun to go to the beach, and it's
Yeah,
fun
that
to
was it.
learn about the
It is.
shells and about, look at the birds that come out to see us. 'Cause they're
Yep.
all-
All sorts of miracle down here.
Oh, it really is. And the more you learn, the more you want to learn about it.
So
And I
can-
would encourage any parent to bring their kids out to the beach and come out themselves, because there's a treasure out here in so many ways.
When can people find you out here?
I come out on Wednesday mornings from 8 o'clock to about 10:30.
Is that all year, or
No, I'm a snowbird.
A snowbird. Okay, so
it's
during
not,
season?
Not all year.
Look how blue that
And
one is. That's a pretty one.
it's a beautiful fossil.
Yeah.
It's
So Wednesday mornings from 8 to 10.
from 8 to 10:30.
8 to 10:30 Wednesday mornings. Come out here.
I wish I could do it every day,
Yeah.
but I also have a life.
Yep, I hear you. Well, thank you, Barb.
Oh, I've enjoyed it very much.
All right.
I welcome you all to come by.
Oh, thank you. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed our little chat with Barb. I hope you learned a little bit about our Florida shells here, what we can find here on our beaches. I appreciate her taking the time to do that. Again, you can find Barb out here on Wednesday mornings during season. She's a volunteer. You can find her Wednesday mornings from 8 a.m. till 10:30 a.m. If you have some shells that you picked up along the beach and she's here, bring them over and she'll gladly tell you what you have. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to give you a quick look up and down the beach. Beautiful Wednesday morning out here. Absolutely gorgeous. A mile of beach here at Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park. Unspoiled beach paradise. No homes or condos along the beach. Absolutely gorgeous out here. This is a long video. I hope you made it through it. Again, thank you for watching. Please tell your friends about Southwest Florida Television. Please like our Facebook page. Visit our website at SWFL TV. Lots of great videos there to share with your friends. There's Barb and Roy. See you guys later. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Rob Stan. God bless.